What's going on, guys? Probably one of the most common questions that I get in my inbox every single spring is when is the best time to book for a guide trip? And in my honest opinion, springtime is the best time to book. Reasons being because there are so many fish that are being caught in the springtime. Fish are moving up. They're pretty eager to feed. Early spring seem to do pretty good. And then, as things go on, you got to maneuver and try and figure out the actual pattern of the fish. Once we get out on the water on opener, it's only going to take me that day to figure out what's actually going on, actually get true readings for the water temps and stuff like that, and we're going to get after it. So another reason why spring is it's a great time to go is there are so many different techniques that we're using when we go out and catch them. I can have one guy throwing a hair jig, one guy throwing a jerk bait. Moving baits are extremely effective this time of year, as well as bottom contact baits too. I would say probably the two most common baits that I catch them on in the springtime is going to either be a Ned or a jerk bait. Those two things, or even a swim bait too. But those two things really, those two baits really seem to catch them really good that time of year, and hair jig of course too as well. So if you're looking at brushing up on some of these techniques, if you're looking at getting better at using moving baits or whatever the case may be, you want to learn some new stuff, springtime's probably going to be the best time to come out. Last year we had multiples coming in over 6 pounds. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my clients on any 6-pounders, but that is the goal for next year, is to get these guys on 6-pounders. Last year, I had a couple clients on a trip with me, and one of my clients, their back was starting to hurt, so I went in, I dropped them off up at shore. I went back out fishing to the exact same flat that I was going to bring them to, and I bumped one.
All right, guys, my biggest one this year.
So it can happen. It can happen at any time. That's why I just strongly suggest that you guys get out there, regardless if you're going to book a trip with me. If you're just coming up here to fish the pond, regardless, the bite is phenomenal. But yeah, that would be my suggestion is, book in the springtime. That's when we're going to get awesome numbers. In the summertime, we do a ton of largemouth trips too. Those largemouth trips are fun, man. And I honestly suggest these to, parents up here in the middle of the summertime. They got nothing to do. You want to bring your kid out for a few hours and go fishing? I'll take you guys largemouth fishing. It's a really easy trip to do. We do them for 4 hours. We bring you guys out, we go out, we fish for 4 hours. I'll probably take you guys to a lake that is got beautiful scenery and maybe has a couple restaurants on it that you guys can go and do your thing. Summertime largemouth trips are definitely one of my favorite types of trips to do. And then you got fall smallmouth bass fishing. Fall smallmouth bass fishing can be absolutely phenomenal. You can get into some of the biggest bags in the fall time. It's really comparable to the springtime, but the bite's completely different. Fall time, you can get these fish to choke big baits. We're throwing 4-5 inch swimmers, dragging them across the bottom, as well as football jigs, oversized profiles, stuff like that. Instead of using spinning tackle, a lot of times I got casting gear locked into my hands in the fall time. My buddy Tom, he loves throwing a tube, but we're chasing them in deeper water, and they're getting big by that time of year. I think probably my best day in the fall, we had about 24-25 pounds, but we had caught close to 50 fish. Ironically enough, my fall filled up pretty quick, and fall is like kind of a tough time to book guide trips in my mind, just because you never know when winter's going to show up. Winter shows up during certain times of the year some years, and sometimes it comes in late, sometimes it comes in early. You never really know. So I don't like booking really far out. Like as far as November goes, that's a risky time to book a trip. Typically, you're going to be able to get out in November, but it's not always going to be the case. So I strongly suggest that you do October. That way we kind of get a little bit of wiggle room, and we can get you on the best shot possible at cracking that mega bag. So if you guys are looking to book a guide trip with me, yeah, you guys can get a hold of me, Sam Reardon Fishing at Instagram, Sam Reardon Fishing on Facebook. You guys can message me on them, or you can email me at samreardonfishing@gmail.com. I'll happily respond to you guys. If I don't get back to you right away, I am pretty busy right now. It's a busy time of year for me. So if I don't get back to you right away, don't worry. I will definitely get back to you. Usually what I do is I check my messages at the end of the day. Hit me up. Let's get you out on the water and let's crack that 20-pound bag for you guys. We'll see you guys soon.